Do you struggle with anxiety? The way you act when you're anxious could be making it worse. Usually our instinct is to try to escape the discomfort any way we can. We might avoid things or put them off as long as possible. Try to control every detail, or seek reassurance from other people or the internet. These responses feel helpful in the moment, but the relief doesn't last, and they actually make anxiety stronger over time. Opposite action involves doing the opposite of what our anxiety is urging us to do. It's uncomfortable in the short term, but it helps reduce anxiety in the long run. Let's look at how this works. When we avoid something due to anxiety, it gives us short-term relief. As long as we can avoid it, there's nothing to feel anxious about. But trying to manage anxiety with avoidance only makes our anxiety stronger when avoidance is no longer an option. And avoidance stops us from finding out that we're capable of handling these situations, which means that we'll be just as anxious or even more so the next time. Opposite action involves facing the situation instead of turning away. This is known as exposure, but we don't just grit our teeth and push through it. We go into it with an open mind and try to learn something from it that can reduce our anxiety in similar situations in the future. For example, we might avoid speaking up in meetings because we're worried how other people will react. But this is negatively impacting our job performance, so we decide we're going to get out of our comfort zone and offer an opinion next meeting. And instead of just forcing ourselves to do it, we set it up as an experiment. Beforehand, we write down what we're worried about and expect will happen. My voice will shake and people will notice I'm nervous. I'll say something stupid and everyone will think I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll get interrupted or dismissed and feel humiliated. Then afterwards, we reflect on what actually happened. We'll usually find that things weren't as bad as we'd feared. My voice felt a little shaky at first, but I don't think anyone noticed. No one seemed to think I was stupid, and one person even followed up on what I said. The anxiety lingered for just a few minutes, and I never felt embarrassed or judged. And what did I learn from this? Anxiety doesn't mean something bad is going to happen. It just means I feel uncomfortable. I can still speak up even if I feel nervous. And avoiding doing this in the past probably made it seem more intimidating than it really is. And even if it doesn't go that well, we stumble over our words a bit and someone contradicts what we said. It's still probably not as bad as we feared. The meeting moves on quickly and nothing bad comes of it, other than feeling a little embarrassed. And we can give ourselves credit for actually doing it, despite wanting to avoid it because of how anxious we were. And as a result of this experiment, we're more likely to feel comfortable enough to continue offering input into meetings. Another common way to cope with anxiety is over-planning. Planning involves thinking through the key steps or potential scenarios for a situation. Over-planning means trying to anticipate and prepare for every possible detail or outcome. Occasional over-planning is fine. If we're studying for an important exam or preparing for a job interview, spending extra time planning can be worthwhile. But when over-planning becomes our default response to anxiety, this creates problems, because no amount of planning ever feels like enough. We'll keep thinking of more scenarios, more things that could go wrong, and the planning itself becomes a source of stress and anxiety rather than providing relief. And over-planning prevents us from learning we can handle unexpected situations. When we try to control every variable, we don't give ourselves the chance to discover that we're capable of thinking on our feet or adapting when things don't go according to script. Opposite action means intentionally doing less planning than our anxiety tells us we need. This doesn't mean being careless or unprepared, but stopping once we've done what's reasonably necessary, even if we still feel anxious. Instead of preparing for every possible outcome, we focus on what's most likely or most important and let the rest go. This helps us build tolerance for uncertainty and gives us a chance to learn that we can manage things even if they don't go exactly as expected. And this gives us more confidence in situations where we can't control everything, which reduces anxiety far more effectively than more planning ever could. Excessive reassurance seeking is another common anxiety-related behavior. We might ask friends the same question multiple times, or turn to the internet for answers, which is especially common for health anxiety. But the relief from reassurance is temporary. We might feel better briefly, but the anxiety typically returns, often stronger than before. This leads to needing more and more reassurance to try to achieve the same result. Opposite action involves resisting the urge to look to external sources to calm our anxiety, and sitting with uncertainty and learning to reassure ourselves. I'm feeling anxious, but that's okay. I'm not sure what's going to happen, and that's uncomfortable. But whatever happens, I'll figure out a way to manage. And this helps us build tolerance for uncertainty and gives us a chance to learn that we can cope with situations we're anxious about without constantly needing reassurance from outside sources. And this leads to less anxiety in the future. So next time you find yourself engaging in avoidance, overplanning, or excessive reassurance seeking to manage anxiety, try opposite action instead. It may be a little uncomfortable at first, but in the long run, it's one of the best ways to reduce anxiety. And for more tips on managing anxiety, check out my free Self-Help for Anxiety course at selfhelptunes.com. And please help me out by liking and subscribing and letting me know what you think in the comments. And if you'd like to support my channel and help me make more videos like this, I really appreciate it, and please check out the donation links in the description.